Welcome to Baller Central. What's good, guys?
Yeah.
We're gonna start this week off a little differently. I got some breaking news for everybody.
Ooh.
And this is how it's gonna go. So I need everybody to look at their phones in 3, 2, 1. Should have gotten a notification just now. I don't know if it came from ESPN or if it came from your.
Me and John called it too. Me and John called it.
Yes, I'm announcing a trade. I'm trading away Cooper Kupp and Tony Pollard, and I'm receiving back Stephon Diggs and Alvin Kamara.
Is this person actually going to trade these players?
Huh?
Is this person actually going to trade you these players? Like you
This
talking about?
person actually sent me that trade.
They wanted that trade. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Cool. So you didn't propose it.
Nope.
They proposed it.
They
Okay.
proposed it.
Wait, who's the owner of this team again?
The owner of the team is my buddy, my pal, my guy, Joshua Baker.
My buddy, my pal. All right. Understand.
John. Me and John talked about this as soon as you made the announcement. So I have an announcement. I was like, watch, it says trade between him and Sean. I knew it right off the bat.
I hate to announce one between me and Akeem right now. I'm joking. We're in some talks. But it's nothing set yet. You might say
that. This actually just happened yesterday because after Diggs had his first touchdown, I was just like, yo, I really love this guy. He's really the best wide receiver in the league.
Yeah, I saw Twitter.
Yep, I hit up the owner, whoever had Diggs, and I was like, yo, let's work a trade. And it was almost going to be a completely different trade. I offered him Judy, Waller, and I think James Conner. And he was going to give me Diggs and I think Kyle Pitts, which I didn't want Pitts at all. But I would take him because he wanted a tight end upgrade. And then he declined that and sent me this. And I was like, I like this trade.
I've got a question for you. Would you have accepted it with a Pitts Waller attached to it or no?
I would have accepted this with a Pitts Waller attached to it.
Okay, that's all. I'm just wondering. Just a question. You know what I mean? This is a good trade overall. I mean,
they have that fancy basketball chemistry going already. This is crazy.
Yeah.
You don't believe in Kamara like that? I mean, okay. All right, we'll have to see.
I mean, hey, it was bound to happen.
I'd like to congratulate you on your two great players. So let me do that. Let me take the time out of you know what I mean, to say, not this was a bad trade, but, this was a value trade on both sides, depending on what you see as value. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'll be honest. I didn't want to part with Pollard, actually.
Really? You really think he's going to be the next in Dallas?
I think he's taking over for Zeke because the same thing happened last year when Dak was out.
Yeah.
Pollard really just took over, and
it just hasn't happened yet. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm like.
I mean, this Sunday. What happened?
I hear you. I mean, did he put up a lot of points on Sunday?
Pollard had 19 on Sunday.
Okay.
He had like 5.9 or something like that.
Okay.
So I didn't want to part with him, but I really wanted Diggs. And a Diggs for Kupp swap, that would have been fair enough.
Yeah.
That was actually my original proposition. I was like, I'll give you
the same ballpark. That's why it's not too much of a too much trade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But the issue is even parting with Pollard, parting with Pollard and getting Kamara back is like if you just see the name, you're gonna think Kamara is way better than Pollard, so why wouldn't I take that? But Kamara's also hurt a lot. And that New Orleans offense has yet to take off this year, so you never know what you're going to get with him.
Sure. But I think this is a little bit like the Aaron Rodgers, Mike Williams trade. I think a little bit. I do like that you're capitalizing on trading Pollard, but I do think Kamara will come in for you by the end of the season. I'm just saying. I think he's
right. I won't disagree with you. I'll just say that.
I'm just saying, bright spot. I'm not saying I disagree with this trade at all, or if it was one-sided one way or the other. I don't believe that. I think Coop and Diggs, same realm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm just, what'd you say?
It's giving NBA fantasy basketball vibes all over again.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. You want that, but
we'll see
what
the team thinks about it. So
Kamara's still hurt. He has broken ribs, so he still might not even play this Sunday.
He might not. But I mean, I do think overall, I would say you're getting the better end just because I think Kamara is still a little bit better than Pollard. I mean, right now.
I mean, if you would have said this 2-3 years ago, I would agree with you entirely.
Okay, but you really think Pollard's taken over? Okay.
His usage in Dallas,
has gone up, no doubt.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I just still I don't know if he can contain it. You know what I mean? I want to think he can. You know what I mean? But it's really. I do agree Zeke has declined, but I also think it's that offense. You know what I mean? And Dak being injured for 2 years, I think that plays a part into it. I mean, I don't know. I do think Pollard is looking up and he will have a better season. And it's a fair trade. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I'd be excited to have him come around my team. That's just me. I don't know about you, but
I'll be honest. I don't even care about Kamara for real.
Really? He just a keychain to you. He just another notch on the thing. You were looking for Diggs. That's your dessert.
It was a sweetener.
Okay, understanding. I mean,
right.
Chocolate on chocolate right there. I don't mean to be like that, but talk about a sweetener.
I said this before the season started. This year for me in this league is really a get back year.
Okay.
Last year, everybody ran through me. Pause. But everybody ran through me last year, right?
Good for you.
I'm here to fuck shit up.
I wouldn't say they ran through you. I would say it was a hard start, and it was a.
You got passed along.
Listen, I got into the playoffs with an under 500 record last year.
I mean, you got in the playoffs, though. I mean, the funny thing about our league too is that the playoffs we really are like the NFC East. Like, if you're average at the end, you depending on who you beat can make it to the playoffs. You know what I mean?
He's a Washington football team.
Yeah, I mean, I give him a little bit more. I'd say Elijah's team was good last year. It wasn't. Washington football
fell apart at the end of the year.
You know what I'm saying?
I started off slow and fell apart at the end. That's what happened.
I would agree with that, but at the same time, I was talking to Akeem about this. By the time the playoffs started, anyways, didn't we all think Akeem was going to win it? Yeah. Didn't Phil? You lost in the finals to him, but like, I'm just saying, Akeem
either way, I'm going to win.
He beat everyone but one team last year, and that was me. All right, and let me tell you something. I knew from his. I said that. I don't care. That's the one thing I have true. And by the way, I played Akeem twice this year. So Akeem, I'm coming for you again. Twice this year, baby. All right, no, but it's just I don't know. I'm just saying, Elijah, I think you did well enough last year. Do you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't say people ran through you. That's all.
I mean, for my first year in the league, I think okay.
First year.
It was a warm-up year.
Yeah.
Cool. But I was offended because I kind of not win. But I don't come in like 8th place in my other fantasy leagues.
Okay, yeah.
I'm always finishing in that top 4 range.
Yeah.
So finishing and getting knocked out the first round.
Yeah.
Is really like that was like a damn. Okay.
But realistically, aren't you top 6 because we have 3 rounds, right? You're top 6. That last year at least. I mean, we're a 12-team league, so we're deeper than normal, I would say, right?
Like I said, I'm still used to finishing top 4.
Oh, okay, understandable. Yeah, I get that.
I'm in another 12 team right now, and it's the same thing. Same thing that happened to me last year with the Baller Central League. It's happening to me there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I drafted Derrick Henry. You know, I kind of thought I got Derrick Henry, I got Tyler, got James Conner, I got Mark Andrews. Like I have a solid team here.
Yeah, in that other league. I kind of wish I was in that other league with you guys, but I had to save that bread this year.
No, I'm not talking about this is a different fantasy league on our
Yeah. No, Phil's just saying do what I gotta do on mine, which I mean I totally get, but like I can't wait to hear how you guys did in the other fantasy league other than ESPN.
Also, speaking of what we gotta do, we gotta move it along because long as intro. So
yeah, sorry about that, but hey, congratulations on your trade.
Thank you.
What's happening all the congrats.
I just also want to say this real quick.
It's Elijah's go-to move. So
since we're talking fantasy right now, you feel me?
You're kind of looking like Belichick making your trade.
What's up?
I'm just saying.
Classic.
I just want to say this, because we talking about fantasy, right? Any of you guys wake up 2-0 in any league?
Now I'm 1-1. I'm feeling good. I mean,
yes.
Yes, you are 2-0. I'll give you that in ESPN. But you know that week 1 was an interesting test. You know what I mean? It wasn't. I wouldn't say it was a blowout.
It wasn't a blowout. It wasn't really a test.
It was a good contest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd say I'm happy so far in fantasy, and it it felt even better because I won it last night, and like Phil had an amazing matchup. I thought ours was probably the game of the week. I know I say that every week, but I liked our matchup. Phil, what do you think?
I mean, you see my caption, so.
I mean, let it be. New York, New York. I mean, let it be.
Okay.
This is like the first time since like 2007 that the Mets, Jets, Yankees, and Giants all won on the same day.
Ew.
Yeah, I just thought I'd put that there.
Before we start with everything, how's everyone's weekend going, day going? Just get a little check-in with everybody.
It's pretty good.
School. Just.
I mean, hey, it's sensational over there, huh?
No.
I mean, we ain't making trades over here.
I'm making trades.
Okay.
But I got schoolwork to do, bro. I'm dying.
Yeah. So, that being said, before we start our topics, we have a little intro for our YouTube channel that we started recently. Elijah's going to give us a little update on that one. So I'm just going to pull up the clip real quick. We got some Madden and 2K content over on this side. We have a new video that just came out today for 2K. I'm playing the eras in my NBA era. And for this one, I am playing through the Magic and Larry Bird era. So, quick clip. You may recognize someone in this clip. It's our very own Mr. 8th. So, check out the clip. Everyone can see it good?
Are you guys playing together?
No, I'm playing the game. This is gameplay footage, but then you'll see Mr. 8th in the clip. John, you might recognize this clip, actually.
Okay.
Okay. Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Play.
A wide open look for Bird. Buries the long range.
What's up?
That's a quick clip. 2K heads might know that how the clip is arranged. Elijah, you remember that green light animation from 2K by any chance? Really? When you hit the green light 3, you did the little guitar celebration. That was in like a couple 2Ks ago.
Smith drink?
Yeah, that, and then when you green to 3, you go on the bottom and just hit a celebration. Yeah, we got a lot of YouTube stuff on the way. Podcast is going to be on YouTube. Some clips from the podcast, clips from gaming content, and other stuff. So stay tuned to that. So let's get started on the topics. Let's see. We're going to start off with the favorite game of the week. Akeem is not here today due to him being under the weather. So I'm going to announce his. Actually, Elijah, you and Akeem have the same thing. Do you want to start off with yours?
Yeah, I didn't even look at the thing. So, but anyway, game of the week for sure. I don't know why anybody has anything else. Well, I can understand something else. I can understand the Jets and the Browns.
All four of us got the same game of the week. We talked about it.
John probably got Jets and the Browns.
I mean, I think I changed up my game of the week. I don't have the Jets and the Browns. I have the Eagles game. The Eagles, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
my player was from that game. So if you want to talk about it, go ahead.
All right. So me and Akeem's game of the week is the Dolphins and the Ravens. Amazing game. Started out with Lamar Jackson showing us why he's him, why he deserves that contract, why he needs to get paid. And then Tua said, hold up, they was talking shit about me all offseason. My arm ain't shit, right? This man put up like 470 with 6 touchdowns. That's not an accident. Well, okay. Let's be honest. He does have probably the best wide receiver core in the league.
I'd say top 3. I'd say he's top 3.
I say top 2, if anything.
Okay.
Like, it's between them and the Raiders. But, like, you got Waddle, you got Tyreek, you got Gesicki. Like, that's a 3-headed monster right there. And he went to work with that 3-headed monster. Shout out to it. I don't know.
You like Gesicki's celebration?
Huh?
You like Gesicki's gritty?
Chill. I did a workout.
That was a good try, bro.
Huh?
I said that was a good enough try. Like, I mean,
I appreciate the try. Might have started something new because I did a workout last night, and after we finished one of the drills, like I went last, so I did his gritty at the end, and it was mad funny. But
you call it the witty, the white guy gritty.
Nah, we call it the skedaddle.
Oh, the skedaddle. I like that.
That's fire.
I like that.
But Yeah, I mean, it was a great game, and it really came down to like the last 15 seconds.
Yeah.
When Tua hit Waddle in the left side of the end zone.
Waddle.
Won the game. I still don't like Tua, but nah, he showed me something on Sunday, and I was like, okay. I gotta put some respect on his name. You feel me? King's player of the week is Tyreek Hill. That's a good player of the week. My player of the week is my favorite wide receiver in the NFL, who's also the best wide receiver in the NFL. Probably the best route. Well, maybe not the best route runner.
Devontae?
Sir
Devontae Adams has been replaced?
Yes.
Oh.
I was biased for Devontae last year because I had him on my roster.
Okay, well, he was also the number one wide receiver last year because he was the number one wide receiver.
You say Mr. Stephon Diggs
was the number one receiver last year.
It was. Yeah.
But the best wide receiver in the league, and this is complete bias, but he's my favorite wide receiver in the league. Stephon Diggs. He's my player of the week.
Diglett.
Yeah.
He won me a game in another fantasy league that I'm in. So he ain't playing for no money in that league, so I don't care about it. But yeah, that's my game of the week and player of the week and the key.
3 touchdowns, 148 yards, right? Oof.
I don't know if I'd call him the best wide receiver in the league. I think he's top 3 as well.
Top 5.
I mean, top 5 is a little disrespectful. No offense. I don't mean to be like that.
Top 5 is disrespectful.
He's top 5? I think
he's top 3 easily.
Top 3 easily. He's
Diggs, Adams, and Cups is like that's top 3 right there.
I might even rotate Cups depending on. You know what I mean?
I would rotate it for Jefferson low key.
Depending on the game, depending on the week. I'm just saying. I think Diggs' relationship with Josh Allen and being that number one, and Josh Allen knowing he's going to get 10 targets. You know what I mean? Like Josh Allen, like if you see interviews where Diggs just hops in and stuff. He's just like, so how many am I going to get? He's just like, oh, you.
They were doing whatever they wanted on Monday night. They were doing
whatever they wanted.
And it by the third quarter, it was a preseason game, so it was just
Case Keenum was in at the end of the third quarter.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like,
I also want to say this though. We were talking about actually, never. I lost my train of thought.
You want to go shoot Tannehill in the foot?
You want to go first, or get Malik Willis time?
Okay.
You want to go first, or should I?
You can go first.
Okay. So my game of the week is Las Vegas Raiders versus the Call of Duty Master-led Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. So Raiders up 20-0, I believe. Next thing you know, Kyler puts down the controller, goes to work, then ends up winning the game in the very last seconds and 2-point conversion. So I think, the final score, I think they won by maybe a point or less than like 5 or 6 points. But basically, more recap of the story, Raiders up 20 points. Cardinals came back. I wish I knew Call of Duty terms better because I would add some like slight jokes. But
okay,
he put down the controller. He put the sniper on. Started shooting his shot. Got a kill streak here and there. So.
They didn't update their maps yet. Give it a couple weeks. I want to see what he does. But
Kyler Murray was sniping out there. So
he was sniping. I'll give him that with no Hopkins too.
Right.
About that, I'm just saying.
AJ Green had the game-winning catch with the 2-point conversion. So shout out AJ Green as well. Old man hands. Mm-hmm. And then my player of the week, Jalen Hurts. For obvious reasons, he lost me a matchup. John beat me this week because of Jalen Hurts. And it won me a matchup in the sleeper league that me and Elijah are part of. So it's a win-loss for me, but either way, he played phenomenal. Over 300 yards passing, 50-40 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 passing touchdown.
Yeah.
Hey, a lot of people are saying dark horse MVP, Jalen Hurts. And with that performance, he deserves to be in that conversation for at least a dark horse. I don't know about entire MVP, but he deserves to be in that conversation at least for right now. So shout out Jalen Hurts.
For after 2 weeks? Yeah, sure. No doubt. That's why
early rankings, yeah.
Yeah, for very early rankings, absolutely. Why not? But that's why my game of the week was Philly. It was Philly, Minnesota. And one of the reasons was Slay, and one of the reasons was your man, Jalen Hurts, which is also
play Slay.
I mean, Slay was crazy yesterday. I mean, he shut down Jefferson.
Side note, before we continue, you think Kirk Cousins was underthrowing or giving some bad throws to Jefferson the entire game, or was it all Slay?
I think it was 50-50. I think he did underperform on another big primetime
2-12.
Yeah, 2-12 on primetime games. It's I mean, it's why the Kirk Cousins, like, you know what I mean, question mark is there because he needs to perform on those games. But I do think Philly has the best, like, after signing Bradbury, after the Giants cut Bradbury for cap space, I thought that was the stupidest move ever because he went and signed with Philly. And Philly upgraded their D-line during the draft. Like, they're somewhere to be messed with, especially if everybody stays healthy. You know what I mean? So I really enjoyed that game. I enjoyed what Justin Jefferson brought. I do think that I don't know. I don't want to blame Kirk Cousins the whole way because I do think that Philly has a great defense. You know what I'm saying? So, but my player of the week this week was Garrett Wilson. He had 2 touchdowns during the Jet game. He had the final touchdown to win it at the end of the game. And a lot of people, I mean, if you didn't watch the game, don't know this, but he also got like speared in like the third quarter, and he came back. Like he got hit in the back, like where he was like agonizing in pain, and there was like question marks if he was going to come back, and he came back and he caught another touchdown. And I mean, coming from a rookie who was top 10, you know what I mean? Who there was question marks, should he have been a top 5 pick? Is that who the Jets should have went with first before Sauce? He had a great game, and he might be the rookie that stands out on this wide receiving core. Every couple of years, we see these young rookies like break out, and he might be one of them that breaks out this year. I mean, depending on what happens.
Absolutely.
So that's why he was my player of the week. But all right,
I had him on my bench. Damn.
I had him on my bench too for our matchup. But
God, it would have been a blowout if he was there.
I know. I was thinking about that for a second, but it's all right.
So,
you do what you do.
Starting it off, let's talk about probably the worst division in football right now, the AFC South. As of right now, 5 losses, 2 ties, and 1 win. Does anyone know who has the 1 win in the AFC South?
The Jaguars.
Jaguars. Happened this weekend.
Now, if someone would have told you before the season starts, for 2 weeks, the only person that had a winning record would be the Jaguars, how would you guys feel? You guys laughed in their face, right?
I did say the Jaguars were going to improve this year. I don't think that, you know what I mean?
Best record in the league after 2 weeks? I mean, in the
no, after 2 weeks, not this. Like, we all picked the Colts to win the division, and they're playing horrible. So, I mean,
absolutely.
I think that's where our shock really is, but the Jags did play a hell of a game.
Also, the Titans got embarrassed last night, so do we feel this is the worst division of football as of right now?
I don't know.
It might be close.
It's hard.
The Titans are probably looking to Malik Willis now because Tannehill was absolutely embarrassing last Monday night. The Texans are still figuring out their stuff.
Well, they have to stay with Malik Willis if they go to Malik Willis. That's the big two. And like we're seeing it now in New York with Joe Flacco coming in, winning 1 game. Joe Flacco. People, no, not elite. Stop with that. All right, but people are really jumping on Zach Wilson's back. So like that's the only reason I'm trying to, you know what I mean, like ease in the Malik Willis thing. Because yes, I do think he's going to be better than Ryan Tannehill. I agree with E on that 100%. He came from Liberty last year. You know what I mean? I want to give him a little time. You know what I mean? And it's I'm not saying stay with Ryan Tannehill. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm just saying if you're going to go Malik Willis, just be prepared to lose a lot this year. You know what I mean?
All right.
Like, and it's hard to see someone who just won the division last year for the past.
They're going to have the rookies up and down, so they have to deal with that.
What do you think about that? Like, do you think they go with Willis, or do you think they should flip flop like during the year, like with Tannehill and them, or
dual quarterback system?
I mean, so that's how sometimes people do it. I mean, I'm not saying I would, but like the Eagles in the past have done that. You know what I mean? Like there are teams that have done that.
Right.
First, I just want to think, like, are they really the worst division in the league? And
I don't think you can say that. I mean, that happens every year. There's always somebody that starts off bad. You know what I mean?
But I mean, compared to the other divisions,
I'm just saying football.
I mean, hold on. Like, where's the upside here? Like the Colts, who everybody thought was going to run away with this division, lost to the Jaguars.
They don't even have a win yet. Yeah.
They got shut out.
It's a long season still. We've only played 2 out of 17.
Yeah, I mean, just go off of the 2-game sample we have right now.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that like we can still see the Colts maybe win the division. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but listen, we're talking about like
It's ugly right now.
two of what we thought were going to be the worst teams in the league: the Jaguars and the Texans, right?
Yeah, and they're dominating right now.
Tied the Colts, and then the Jaguars shut them out.
And then the tie with the Texans. This is crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean,
And then the Texans also just barely lost to the Broncos.
Right, it was 16-9. That was also an ugly game.
And the Titans got embarrassed. Like, they lost week 1, I think. They just lost week 1. Like, I don't think that was a bad game for them. They just lost. But they got embarrassed last night.
41-7.
in Buffalo, yeah. I mean, the first quarter was good. After that, it was like
Downhill.
damn.
Down to Tannehill.
Once they threw the ball to Diggs, it was like, I don't want to say over, but like by the sixth catch.
No,
like,
it was over.
After he got the second touchdown, I was like,
yeah. Second touchdown, 6 catch, 8 catch, whatever.
No,
You know what I mean?
when I knew the game was over, Derrick Henry took his gloves off. Game
Oh,
over.
that's when it was over?
He's like, rage quit. Boop, boop.
They should have never announced that. They announced that on national TV. They should have never announced
They
that.
did, yeah.
Never. That's it. It felt so bad because like your whole team quit at that moment. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're not.
Derrick Henry can't do anything if the offense can't do nothing passing wise. You got 9 in the box against Derrick Henry. Then he can't do everything.
But realistically, I mean, no offense. I mean, I know you're not winning against the Bills, all right, and I know that defense is hard. You know what I mean? So you don't want to injure Derrick Henry. That's why he took his gloves off. But there's got to be a point during this year where they're like, all right, we're not playing the Bills, but we're losing. Let's just hammer the ball. We need to just feed Henry. You know what I mean? At a point, you know what I mean? Like, especially if you don't know what's up with your quarterback. You know what I mean? I think Malik Willis will help Derrick Henry in the long
He's
run.
mobile, so that's good. Mobile quarterback.
One pass option, get that going. I think that's beneficial to him compared to Tannehill. That you know what I mean. He's a great play action pass quarterback. So I mean,
Right.
I don't know.
Okay. Any last notes on the division E before we move on?
AFC South. I mean, do you think? Last thing. Do you think Trevor Lawrence is gonna take a bigger step this year? Do you think Jacksonville might?
At this point, Trevor Lawrence might be the best quarterback in that division. He might be.
Yeah. Yes.
Because Matt Ryan has been.
I don't know. I think the Texans are interesting.
Davis Mills.
I think Davis Mills is interesting. Came from
I think
State.
Davis and Trevor Lawrence might be top 2.
I mean, it could be interesting. Yeah. But I mean, no duh. Trevor Lawrence is the number 1 overall pick. Like, let's not be ignorant here. You know what I mean?
But Matt Ryan should be playing a lot better.
Oh my God.
Very
He's
ugly.
playing a lot better. Oh my. He's
Yeah. Okay. So we'll move on to the next one. We kind of covered it a little bit with the game of the week, but the Tua versus Lamar showdown. Do you have anything else to add to that? I know that could this be a possible playoff matchup? Anything else we want to add to that? Like those details of that game. It was a great shootout. That just probably the game of the week for a lot of people.
I'm gonna say this. I watched a video on Twitter of basically a mirror image of the game.
Oh, Tua throwing right?
You watch Tua throw righty, you watch Lamar throw lefty.
okay.
And it did make me look at Tua differently too.
The left-handed Patrick Mahomes. That's what a lot of people were jokingly saying. I saw the retweets.
I think he's more like a left-handed Russell Wilson.
Oh,
Well, I mean, that's kind of a diss right now.
Right now, that might not be the best option right now.
I would say, even though Baltimore lost this game, this helped Lamar Jackson.
Right.
This helped his case. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like this. They're not in this game without Lamar Jackson. They're not. They're not even close to this game without Lamar Jackson. They're not even 2 miles down the damn stadium without Lamar Jackson. He's negotiating his contract right now, and no offense, but this is the time to show him the money. All right, Baltimore. It's ridiculous.
Someone else is going to.
I mean, he's not Joe Flacco. He's not. Pay him because he deserves to get paid. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
And
or else some other team's going to pay him.
I mean, there was a joke that he could be the next Giants quarterback. That's one of the jokes that happened.
I'm pretty sure Giants will shell out some money for him. So
I mean, a lot of people would shout out some money for him. I mean, he's Lamar Jackson. I mean, I don't know. And isn't he the only left-handed quarterback right now?
Tua?
No, yeah. Is Tua left-handed? No, Tua's
right.
What?
The only left-handed that's starting, yeah.
Yeah, it's Tua, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to put that out there. I mean, the last great one was Vic, right?
No, Tebow.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
people are great.
Yeah.
I agree with you that he was, but I mean, we're
In
talking.
college. In college.
All right, yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
whoa.
I'm just saying,
Pittsburgh Steelers, Denver Broncos. One of the best memories of my life.
that was a great-
Overtime, throw, dagger,
Oh,
Demaryius Thomas, down the sideline. Game over.
That's a great play.
I think clip now.
And the Jets ruined his career, by the way. I just want to say that. I feel bad for Tim Tebow. I apologize. On behalf of all the New York Jets, I apologize to you because they ruined his career.
So, anything else you want to add on the Ravens-Dolphins game?
I'm interested this week. You know what I mean? Dolphins, Bills.
Buffalo, that's going to be a good game to watch.
Interesting game.
Shout out potential again.
Say that again.
Rashad Bateman.
He's been proving me wrong. I think I said I wasn't too high.
He's becoming a number one. It's crazy. Oh, just I don't know.
I got him on my bench, I think. So
Did you? Okay, that's what's up.
Speaking of Russell Wilson, the Broncos, are we a little bit worried? They're starting off slow.
Sorry. I was wrong. I think John has Rashad Bateman on the bench.
Damn. Okay. The Broncos starting off a little slow this year. They lost to the Seahawks week 1, and they barely beat the Texans week 2, 16-9.
Shane has him.
Ooh. I mean, hey, what do we think about the first 2 weeks for the Broncos? Because this should have been a winnable game, very winnable game for the Broncos, but they scored a touchdown like maybe third quarter, late in third quarter to get pull ahead. So
First on this one.
what are we thinking?
I really agreed with E last week about how last year they really were a quarterback away. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't think it's. I think they really need to upgrade their wide receiving core. I don't mean to be like that, and I think part of it is on Russell Westbrook, or Wilson. My bad. Sorry for mixing up the names. Is on Russell Wilson, but they're starting off really bad to start off the season. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in that locker room, but
they can't move the ball at all.
Javonte
Williams has been doing decent, but he can't do everything.
But I just wanted to start off saying I thought your take on it last week on how they were a quarterback away, I'd agreed with that. Like when I went to Denver to watch them, they really were just a QB away. This was before the Von Miller trade and stuff, but like I feel bad for them because they're a city that truly believes that. They truly believe Peyton Manning can come there and win a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Because he did. You know what I mean? Elway, because he did. And they've had 12 starting quarterbacks since Peyton Manning.
Yep.
Like that isn't that like the highest in the league?
I mean, maybe the Browns.
In that time frame.
Oh yeah,
maybe
probably. Maybe like top 3, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What you thinking?
I'll say for the wide receiver core, I'm not sure that they really need to upgrade it. Tim Patrick just needs to be healthy.
I get that.
Jerry Jeudy, he also was hurt on Sunday. He had a concussion after like the first catch?
Yeah, he left early. Yeah, I think it was a chest injury, maybe. But
I forgot what it was. I have him in my fantasy team in the other league, so like,
I think Jerry Jeudy should be a lot better. Just I don't know if it could be Russ that's holding him back, or I'm just saying he was a first round pick. You know what I mean?
Alabama.
He came from Alabama. He came from the prodigal place. So I'm just saying I wish I don't know. Maybe he'll do better later on in the season. Maybe I'm judging him too early.
I don't think you're judging him too early. The way it's looking right now, I don't think Russ is looking for him enough.
Okay, then maybe that's it. That's a good point.
But in week 1, he did have, I think, 7 targets.
Okay.
In that bomb.
Catches.
What, like 5 catches, 4 catches?
4 catches.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right.
It's not bad, but
he just should be number 1 in my eyes. I mean, I'm like blind or something, but
I think he's the number 1 in my eyes too.
Okay.
But Cortland Sutton has turned into that number 1 for Russ.
Oh yeah, no doubt. He's huge. He's like DK Metcalf realistically, size-wise. Yeah. So I mean, why not be your number 1?
Right.
Phil, what do you think about it?
Yeah, it's looking very shaky for the Broncos, not gonna lie to you. Defense is doing decent. Like they're doing their job, but the offense just looks very slow. They're not getting enough movement. O-line, playmaking, play calling, all been sketchy. Sometimes they look confused on plays. It's just not very good chemistry right now for the Broncos. And I chose them to make the playoffs. I think as a wild card. So, yeah, Russell Wilson. Everyone on that roster needs to step up offensive wise. Russell Wilson needs to make better decisions. I think he's he's also so used to Seattle still. I think he hasn't adjusted to Denver fully. So he needs to make that switch. Not because our price picks depends on it, but his game's dependent on it as well. So it's no motivational factor, but still, because we need like 3-4 more 300 games for him. So yeah, I just think that he needs to snap out of it. He needs to know where he's at. Just in general, he needs to step up. Javonte Williams has been doing good. Melvin Gordon in a limited role because I think they were doing 1A, 1B. He's been doing decent as well. It's just the whole Russell Wilson and receiving core. They need to be a little better. So
let me ask you guys this, because I was talking with Akeem off camera about it. Do you think if Russ stayed in Seattle, they'd be a playoff team? No. Okay. I think that team is.
I don't think their defense can handle that right now.
I think their defense can, though. They played well. I don't know. You know what I mean? I think, yes, they're revamping their system. Yes, they're rebuilding. But I mean, like, Geno Smith just seemed like he had everything, like all the weapons, all the play, you know what I mean? The comfortability of being in that system.
Okay, I'll say this. Offensively, they have everything. They would have had everything they needed.
Yeah, to at least compete. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they got smoked by the 49ers this week, so.
What'd you say? Say that again. Sorry.
Yeah, smoked by the 49ers this week with two quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree with Elijah. The offense is there, but the defense, not there.
I don't know. I mean,
especially in that division, 49ers, Cardinals, and Rams, I don't think their defense will be able to compete.
Yeah, but like the Cardinals are like, they get mind spacey at the end of the season, and then like the 49ers were really trying to put Trey Lance in at quarterback. You know what I mean? Because they spent 3 first-round picks on him. Like Jimmy G's smiling right now, like, oh, we're going back to the playoffs.
This man's getting paid every single game now. This is crazy.
Yeah. So
his bonuses, oof.
He's gonna make a lot more money than he thought he was gonna make. But
right. Also, speaking of 49ers, they're facing the Seahawks this week. Trey Lance goes on early, broken ankle out for the year. Jimmy G steps in. What do you think about the situation with the 49ers? Also, there's some reports that the locker room guys are saying this team is better now with Jimmy G than Trey Lance. How do you feel about the whole situation?
It really does look like the 49ers do not trust Trey Lance. Like the players. Like the organization, obviously, yes, they're going to want to play him because they put so much up to get him.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, I feel like you really got to make the decision as what's best for the team. And, like, granted, you put in a lot for this guy, but the coach doesn't trust him. Some of the front office is torn about trusting him. The players don't trust him. The players would rather have Jimmy G. And I agree, man. Like, granted, I can't really judge Trey Lance off of the week 1 game because it was a monsoon, you feel me? They were playing in a hurricane. So, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, even though I don't really like him. But I got to be honest. I think this 49ers team is better off with Jimmy G at this moment.
I'm going to agree and disagree with you at the same time. I'm sorry about that. But I think...
Don't fucking apologize.
I think the coach and the front office want him to succeed. I don't know. Like, I agree with you. I think there's a little less trust because he came from what? South Dakota State or something? I don't know.
Yeah, same college as Carson Wentz.
Yeah, but like
South Dakota State.
Like 1 year, COVID happened. You know what I mean? Like it was just like he doesn't have a lot of football underneath him. So I mean, I guess like that's where the coach, you know what I mean, is holding back. But I agree with 100% on the players. Why would I trust a guy that we don't know about? You know what I mean? Yes, he's got potential. Yes, he's got flashes of goodness. You know what I mean? But you got someone in the building who you went to the NFC Championship game with. Building, who's that guy? Like, no, like, why are we not playing this guy? Like, what's going on here? Do you know what I mean? That's what I would be like if I was a player. You know what I mean? And now that Jimmy G's back, it's almost like Nick Foles with the Eagles. You know what I mean? Like, they have chemistry. They know each other. They trust each other already. You know what I mean? Like, I think the players, I agree with you. I think they will go farther with Jimmy G because the players trust in Jimmy G. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I think the front office is hedging their bet, and they don't want to admit that they traded away 3 first-round picks for absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? Well, and realistically, it's the same thing that happened to Tom Brady. When Jimmy G got drafted, sure, the Patriots didn't burn 3 first-round picks, but they burned a first-round pick in Jimmy G. You know what I mean? They had to trade him away. You know what I mean? Like, it's because Tom proved them wrong. Jimmy G's going to prove them wrong. You know what I mean? And it's almost counterintuitive to your team. You know what I mean? Like Jimmy G, by doing so well and helping the 49ers, is screwing them at the same time. It's hilarious. I'm going to be like,
it's going to be very,
I mean,
it's going to be very sick.
Sorry,
you agree that or not? I mean, that's kind of a weird point, but
no, I think you're right, but it's really gonna end up. I think most of the players are gonna end up leaving this organization.
Sure, I would agree with that.
And like you said, I feel like the 49ers are just scared to admit that they busted on Trey, and they're like, nah, let's get him in some games and let's see what happens. Pause.
I hear you saying. Pause on that, but I hear you saying. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, that's a clip.
Oh my god.
Well, now John will be up for the Knicks reference, so we got a clip equivalent to it.
I mean, it's just. I don't know. I think realistically they both work. But add it to the clips. Why not? For fun.
Absolutely. So the next topic we're halfway through. The title episode: New York, Bills, Jets, Giants. I know everyone. 2 out of 3 of these guys on the panel are very happy. Their teams won. Well, that's the Jets and Giants won. So, hey, how do you feel about the Jets and Giants and Bills all winning in the same week? And the Giants are actually 1 out of the 5 undefeated teams left in the NFL. How are we feeling?
Giants clap.
Remember what I said last week? For this podcast, I'm a Packers fan because John will always take the Jets stuff from me.
Oh,
he has done in past weeks.
Hey, you probably don't agree with my Joe Flacco take. I'll say I'm about to say it, but
it's not even that. It's just that when we do talk about these teams, when we do talk about the Jets,
you know I'm passionate about my Jets. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be like that, but
they're my Jets too.
I get that, but
Yours,
you
share.
Believe
Share.
This man said no to 5 wins. We 5
You need 5 more. 5 more to get
Listen, they won. The Browns was one of the games I said they would win.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, I was pissed because like within that 2 minute span, everyone thought the Browns.
Yeah, but you didn't expect them to play like come back after that. Like,
first of all, I did. And that's why like, and this is a hot take. You're gonna clip. They're gonna be like, John, you're out of your damn mind. But I do believe within a couple years, the Jets will have one of the best receiving corps. I do believe that our young talent, Elijah Moore and Wilson, and I mean, people are going to doubt me on this Davis pick. Davis is putting in numbers. I believe we're top 10 right now in wide receivers, and I think in a couple years we're going to be top 5, top 3. And I know Corey Davis is going to get older. I know that those two or whatever, but like, I really like Garrett Wilson. I really like Elijah Moore. I think because they're also good and they're also, I would say, spaced out. I think if the Dolphins didn't have Tyreek Hill and Waddle, you know what I mean? Like Hill in his prime, I think this is Hill's prime. So I'd say we'd have a better receiver. We'd have one of the best in the East. I mean, I know you got Gabe Davis and Diggs. I'm not saying I know we're 3 right now, but I'm just saying if Hill went to New York instead of Miami, we would be 2. I don't mean to be like that, but we would be. Even if Garrett Wilson went to the Dolphins.
All right, so let's see. Nah, because we about to rank them now.
Okay, rank them. I'm right, though.
You got the Raiders, you got the
Bills, Dolphins.
You got the Raiders, you got the Dolphins, you got the Bucks. You have
Bucks are now new.
No. We're talking. I said NFC East. That's what I said.
East, sorry.
We're talking
AFC East.
That's
you said we're top 10 in the league. That's what I was going off of.
You did say top 10 in the league.
I said top 10 in the league. That's what I said.
That's what I was going off.
If you can go off of that, and I'll go ahead, go off of that. But I'm saying realistically, you can't put them at 10. Come on.
All right, like I said, let's go.
Okay, go through it.
But you got the Dolphins and the Bills, right? There's 2 right there.
Okay.
Got the Rams.
Wait, hold on. Say that again. You said Dolphins and Bills, yeah.
Dolphins, Bills, Rams,
Chiefs,
Raiders. Chiefs.
Hold on. Chiefs, no. Chiefs, we got a better receiving core than the Chiefs.
Travis Kelce is technically part of that receiving
core.
No,
doesn't count. Tight end doesn't count.
Hold on. Let's wait. Let's wait and see.
Okay, fine.
All right, hold 4 teams right there. Sorry. Bills, Dolphins, Raiders, Rams, right?
Okay.
Steelers.
No. They're not proven yet. Who's their number 1?
Deontay
Corey Davis is better than any wide receiver. Kenny Pickett is – come on.
I'll take the Steelers out. I'll keep going. Broncos.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Broncos.
Mm,
John.
they had a better what? I mean, just because
It's a little biased here, huh?
just because Tim Patrick's injured.
There's a lot of bias in that one.
Oh, come on. Jerry Jeudy ain't Garrett Wilson. I'll tell you that right now. Better than Jerry
There
Jeudy.
wasn't a Jerry Jeudy.
I'm just that might be a hot take, but
It is. In
the first two games of his
Elijah, you're getting your hot take crown stolen from you.
And by the way,
Anyway, like I said,
worst quarterback.
Broncos.
Oh, this is all Elijah's opinion, by the way, John.
I'm gonna
Elijah's
take it
opinion.
out. Go ahead, Broncos.
What's that team? Vikings.
Sure, I'll give you the Vikings.
Yeah.
I'll give the Vikings over Broncos.
Seahawks.
Not without a quarterback.
Receiving core solely.
We're talking about the receiving
yeah,
core.
but okay, fine.
Niners.
No, you just got Debo. Who else do you got on that Niners thing?
Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle.
We weren't counting tight ends. We were counting receiving core only.
Oh yeah, because you took off Chiefs. That's why. Yeah.
So technically, yeah, I was right.
Brandon Ayuk and Debo are better than our 1 and 2.
I agree. They equal.
John.
Bro.
No, but realistically, who has more? What does he have more yards in? Debo Samuel, running or wide receiver? Because he's been a running back for the past 2 weeks. All right. So I mean, realistically, I would give you he's a wide receiver, but what has he done in the past 2 weeks?
Niners. So that's 8.
Whatever. That's 7. I'm not counting the Broncos. Go ahead.
Why are you not? All right, whatever.
Because they got an injured receiving core. Go ahead.
Chargers.
Yeah, sure.
John, come on. What's up?
Yeah, sure. I give it to you.
I mean, technically, Debo Samuel's last 2 games, 44 yards and 14 yards. Receiving.
My point. Okay, just go ahead.
Are we going to take away from Debo, though, because of his last 2 games?
Because he's a running back now? Sure. I mean, whatever. I mean, get him his money. That's all I'm saying. Get him his money. Go ahead. Even though he said he wouldn't run the ball. Remember
he does have more. He has twice the amount of rushing yards than receiving yards.
You liar. You lied to the NFL. Go ahead.
Oh, this is all Elijah's take, so whatever Elijah says.
This is my take. Go ahead.
I'm trying to go through the whole league right now.
I know. I'm being a dickhead. I think they're close. They're close to a top 10 team, realistically.
Okay, I'll name a team and then you say yes or no.
Go ahead.
Let's see.
Bengals. All right, that's 10 right there.
What? Bengals?
Bengals is 10.
Yeah, I guess the Bengals. I guess they have a better receiving core. Yeah.
You guess?
Yeah, they do. They do. I mean,
yes.
For the past 2 weeks, they 0-2. Are they about to lose to us too? No, I actually.
Imagine. Clip that. Send it to the Bengals.
I do have the.
Yeah, Phil. Hey, name some teams, Phil. Let's go.
The Bengals, yeah. So yeah, I guess. I think
Cardinals.
No.
I would even.
Well, when D-Hop comes back, yes.
I would say no because D-Hop's out technically.
Like I said, when D-Hop comes back, yes.
Sure, yeah.
Falcons.
No, not at all.
Panthers.
No, not at all.
Saints.
I
like the Saints receiver core. Yeah, I say yes, actually.
Who else do they got other than Michael Thomas again? They got
Olave, Jarvis Landry.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
We already said Bucks, Bears.
No.
Lions.
The Lions is tough, but no.
No, other than Brown, they got nobody.
That's true. Mine is the tight end. Packers.
No. Fuck no.
I mean, if I'm being
honest. If you want to say that, if you want to say the Green Bay
John, can I finish my statement?
No. I'm talking to Phil, though. I'm not talking to you.
No, I'm naming teams.
I know. He's just naming teams. But I'm just, if you want to say, go ahead, E. My bad. Go ahead.
Week 2, they did show their potential.
You mean against Chicago?
Congratulations.
It was against Chicago
with no corners.
So,
I mean, they had corners.
They do that every year to Chicago.
I didn't see a lot of drops this week, though.
I saw a lot of running the ball. That's what I saw.
I didn't see a lot of drops.
It was the Aaron Jones show. What do you mean? It was the Aaron Jones show. He had 3 touchdowns.
Who's your running back? Tell me about him.
Damian Harris or
Aaron Jones.
Oh, Aaron. Yeah, it was the Aaron Jones show.
That's all I'm saying.
Like I said, I didn't see a lot of drops. Aaron Rodgers did throw the ball over 20
They ran
times.
the ball a lot.
I hope they don't drop the ball against the Chicago Bears. Hopefully. Cowboys?
No,
It's just CD and Gallup, right?
definitely not.
Yeah, it's just CD. Gallup's not even coming back yet.
So no.
Commanders?
Al couldn't catch the ball in the first place. He's a
Commanders,
number
yeah.
3 at best. I said it. Go ahead.
Commanders, John?
Actually, I will say the Commanders have a pretty nice wide receiving core.
Yeah, they got it.
DK, Brooklyn,
Your number
Curtis
1 and
Samuel.
2 could compete with the Jets. Could.
Giants.
No.
Sorry.
Eagles.
Yes.
Yeah.
AJ Brown, Devontae Smith? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, technically.
Okay. That's everybody.
So
But hey,
the Jets
also,
are like,
Oh,
now
sorry,
we're
my bad. They're top 15. They're half the league on a rookie and a first
so
year.
they're mid.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. They're mid. They're definitely better than mid, and they're on the rise. If we had a starting quarterback, we'd have better potential. That's all.
So 10 to 15 range, you're saying?
I'd say right now in the rankings, if we're not counting Arizona and others, I think because they're so young, right now they're like, I'll give you 15 to like 13 right now. But
Okay.
realistically, you could put them in the top 10 if you want to sit some people. Like Denver, no offense, some people would give it to them. I personally would not. Sorry, don't mean to be like that. If Denver's receiving core is so good, what's up with Russell Wilson? All right, it's not all on him, and they have a good old line.
Yes,
so
it is.
what the fuck? Denver has a good old line.
I said it's on Russell Wilson.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. You're saying that's all on Russell Wilson.
Yes.
He runs and does everything. He doesn't even throw balls near them or something. What's going on with that?
I do think a majority of it is on Russell Wilson.
I think 60% of it's on Russell Wilson, but that 40%, that's what I'm talking about. And Tim Patrick's out. So no offense, that receiving core.
I mean, no one's gonna say Tim Patrick is the difference maker between.
I think he is. I really think he is a difference maker. I think Tim Patrick is that good to be the difference maker.
I think when you have that third guy, it opens it up a little more.
And that's why I'm saying the Jets are so good, because they have 3 guys at least. And we're not even talking about Berrios, who's the fastest white guy I've ever seen in my whole life. All right, not really, but like at least on the Jets. But he reminds me of man signed for like. I'm just saying.
Have you not seen Tim Tebow or Taysom Hill, John?
Way faster than those white motherfuckers.
Have you not seen Woody Harrelson? Really?
Let me tell you something. Do you remember Danny Woodhead back in the day? He's like a Danny Woodhead back in the day. He was one of those guys that no one thought was going to make a difference, but made a difference. That's what he's like. And he's the fourth guy. We still got Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson. You know what I mean?
I like the receiver core. Okay. So also, how do we feel about the Giants being 2-0 before we move on?
Very high on Elijah Moore, who has done nothing this season.
He will do things. I guarantee you that. Wait.
He's on his team.
We're talking about he will do things, right?
What? We don't even. All right, time out.
Well, we're not going to say that Debo will do things.
We don't have a starting quarterback. We have Joe Flacco. All right. And if you'd like to get into this debate, he can get into this.
Joe Flacco is top 3 passing yards.
I don't give a fuck because he doesn't throw an interception, and he'll take a sack fumble instead of throwing it away. All right. Did you talk about his turnovers? Talk about how he misses the he hit one long ass pass, Phil. Everything else, he got it to his receiver in space, an undercut, and they all made plays. All right.
Also, John, you know the most important stat from Joe Flacco's game this week?
Go ahead.
The W.
Go ahead. Oh,
I care about wins.
That is a nice stat, and I will give it to him. He's a good backup quarterback.
W.
He is a good backup quarterback. I will give it to him. He's a backup quarterback. I thought he kind of got beat out in the preseason. Personally, I think we have other backup quarterbacks that are semi as good.
How do we feel about the Giants being 2-0? So
I'm excited. We'll
talk about this real quick. I got to use the bathroom quick. So just talk about the Giants.
You want to go first on it, or you want me?
No, you go ahead, bro. I'm baffled right now, bro.
What? That I think the Jets receiving core is that good?
You're talking about the Jets will do things in the future, and it's like
I'm just saying. Hear me out.
You're not gonna say that the Bucs will do things in the future.
I think the Bucs will do things in the future. I'm just saying that when you don't have everything in place, right? When you don't have everything in place, I think that is the thing that breeds potential, or things will be done more in the future. When you have everything in place and it's not happening, then we can talk about, hey, maybe there should be a change. Hey, maybe why is this not happening? Is it the offensive coordinator Is it the quarterback? Is it the wide receivers? You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I had to burp real quick. Sorry, my bad. But I know Phil wants us to get into the Giants, so I mean I'm not going to be talking about it too much, but I'm just saying I like where the Jets are heading this year, and I honestly didn't think they would beat the Browns once they entered the fourth quarter. I thought that was a great recovery with the onside kick. All right, I don't mean to keep talking about this game, but I'm just saying like I
understand talking about it right now. Go ahead.
This is a team that if Joe Flacco was as elite as people are saying, they should have blown out the Cleveland Browns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
That's all I'm saying. Like you could say Joe Flacco's good-ish, you know what I mean? Fine, but like if he was
we still talking about Joe Flacco?
Yeah, we're still talking about that. Sorry. We'll be back. We'll talk about the Giants in a second. But like when I'm
50 minutes, John.
I know. I am a Giants fan. I know we need to get there. I have littler things to talk about the Giants because I'm kind of nervous because the Monday Night Football game's on my birthday. All right.
Remember we said the last 2 weeks? Oh, it's week 1. It's fine. It goes an hour 30. Oh, it's week 2. We're covering everything. It's fine to go an hour 30.
But like this is so technical, and Elijah's like, "What do you mean potential?" And I'm like trying to tell him like, I think.
No, I know what you mean.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, are we really gonna talk about potential?
Yeah, we are. We're still rebuilding. We're talking about potential.
If we're talking about
a 5-win season, we're talking about.
We can't rank off of potential though. If we're going to talk about potential, we can say Trey Lance is the top 10 quarterback in the league.
No. Here, this is what you don't understand. If we're not talking about potential, we're talking about firing. All right. This is the second year. Do you know what happens in the second year for head coaches in New York? They get fired if there is no potential. If there is nothing else. Seriously, I'm concerned about Robert Saleh's career if they have what we're all expecting them to have. All right. If Zach Wilson can come back and make it a little bit better, not a lot, but a little bit better than what we thought, and there is potential, you know what I mean? Hopefully he doesn't get fired. I am a Robert Saleh fan. I like that guy. I like where he's headed, just like Brian Daboll. This is a great intro to the Giants, all right? I think the Giants, by making Brian Daboll their head coach, that was a great change that they needed this offseason, okay? And I like where he's going for it on fourth down. I like his method. I like the fact that they're rebuilding. I like the fact that
new culture.
They're winning. They're winning by paper clips. All right. They're slowly winning. They won by 3 points. All right. It's a great win, but let's not get too excited. All right. Let's move on to the next week and hopefully beat the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm semi nervous about. Like, yes, I can get excited with the Jets, and yes, I don't get as excited with the Giants because I don't know what's going to happen with the Giants. And right now with the NFC East, I don't know what's going to happen. But I know for a fact in the AFC East that the Bills are number 1. All right. I know that the Dolphins are now number 2, realistically, if we're talking. All right. But we don't know. I'm excited for this Patriots-Jets game because we don't know who's number 3 in the NFC East. Okay. And we're talking about potential. That's my potential. I want to beat out the Patriots. I want them to come in last this year. Sorry, Phil. Don't mean to be like that. Not trying to make your life even worse. I'm just saying that, like, I just, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't want to, like, people have been talking about, like, winning and, like, oh, we just need to get to a winning culture or whatever. No, we don't need to get to a winning culture. We just don't need to be last, okay? We need to build, and we don't need to be last, all right? And, yes, there needs to be a point where the building's done, all right? And either it's a shitty building or it's a good building. You know what I mean? But right now, I don't think the building's done. I don't. What? It was a bad order or bad?
No, it's an out of order building.
Yeah, it was kind of out of order.
Elevator's not working. Yada.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. I think that the Jets have potential, and I think they need to keep building. And I don't think they're done yet. You know what I mean? And yes, the season started, and yes, they're technically done. They are what they are. Do you know what I mean? But with what we are right now, I can't wait for the offseason. I can't wait for the next 17 games. I'm excited to see what happens. I mean, me and Phil are on that side of hopefully they'll win 6 games at least. I mean, some others don't think they will, and it's a great big possibility.
You can shout out Akeem. Go ahead.
Akeem doesn't think they will, but, you know, I mean, I'm ready to prove Akeem wrong on multiple fronts this year, all right? And
talk to him, John.
Just ready.
Where's the soundboard out, Elijah?
I'm sorry. And I'm also ready. Phil, sound clip this. I'm ready for the Giants to beat the Cowboys on Monday night. That's what I'm ready about. I hope everyone's ready to watch that game because that's who I'm picking, the New York Giants. I'm letting you know right now. Not even holding back on
New York.
So, Elijah. By the way, Frank Sinatra from New Jersey. He sings that song, New York,
Oh.
New York. I'm just
Damn.
saying.
Now I gotta see the thumbnail. Fuck.
No, it's all right. He's a classic anywhere. Everybody loves them some Frank Sinatra. Only the oldies.
Okay.
But,
So Elijah, your take from all of that. You got it. You got it. That was a lot. Yeah, we got to keep it moving. So we'll skip that. Okay.
You want to at least talk about the Giants? What do you think about the Giants? Do you like what they're doing with their head coach?
I think it's good culture. Yeah, go ahead, Elijah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I like the Giants. Congratulations on being 2-0. They have a real shot of winning that. No, they don't. Never mind.
I'm saying that
But they have a real shot of maybe making
above 500.
Competing would be
above
good.
500 for sure. I think they have a shot at making the playoffs.
I think they have a shot at taking the division, but I mean, I don't think two people are gonna. Well, yeah, there is the Eagles, but I'm just saying I don't know if two teams will. I don't know if the Giants make the wild card. It's just because it's a hard NFC. You know what I mean?
Is it?
I mean, I think 17 weeks. Someone's gonna get injured. Someone's gonna get healthy. You're gonna get Hopkins back fresh. You know what I mean? So I think they're gonna be the wild card teams. I think are going to do well this year. Maybe not. Maybe they lose both games in the playoffs.
Is it really a hard NFC this year?
I do. I think it's harder. I don't know. I think the AFC is weaker than the NFC. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but
you're fucking kidding me, bro.
I just when you got the worst division in the AFC, I think bulk. We're talking about
you have the worst division in the AFC, but you also have the best division in the AFC.
I mean, what are we talking about?
AFC West.
Okay, with the Broncos who are trash. Who else is in that division?
Let's talk
about it. Let's talk about other than the best. What's up? I mean, you do got the Raiders who lost. I mean, kind of worried about them 0-2. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I think the NFC is. I think it's young and it's interesting. I do think Patrick Mahomes and a lot of like the Bills, the two strongest teams, right, are in the AFC compared to the NFC. But I do think the NFC might win again this year. You never know. They won last year. So that's what makes it fun. You know what I mean?
I think the Giants have a good culture. They have a brand new culture around them. I think it's better than last year's culture. You can see, by the way, Dabble is around the players, it's around the media, etc. It's a whole new vibe. I think they're feeding off of that vibe and actually playing instead of last year. So shout out to the Giants.
Thanks.
So we're just gonna skip a couple topics here and then move on to the last one. Who are you worried more about, the Raiders or the Bengals? Speaking of two AFC teams that was successful last year, who are we thinking?
I'm worried about the Bengals, like an insane amount.
Really?
It's really Joe Burrow. Just doesn't look like.
Also, fun fact: he's been sacked 13 times this year.
I think he's on pace to be sacked over 100 times right now.
You got
the Jets get to him a couple times next week?
What?
You think the Jets get to him a couple times next week?
The Jets get to him at least 3 times.
Really? Okay.
I mean, hey, all that protection you got over him over the offseason.
Like I said though, like Joe Burrow, like week 1 was disgusting.
Yeah.
Week 2, he only threw for like 199 and 1 touchdown, and then he ended up losing to Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
It's a damn appendix.
Like the Raiders, let's be honest here. Like week 1, they ran into the Chargers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Competitive last game. Like they didn't bow out. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Last week they had a meltdown against the Cardinals, yes, but they did show something this year.
And that was a close game. That was a very.
On the other hand, have showed nothing at all.
I don't know. I think they get their first win against the Jets this week. I don't know.
The Bengals?
Yeah.
The way they look, I actually want to take the Jets.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a Jets fan. I'm rooting for the Jets. We beat them last year. You know what I mean? That was our one win that was significant. So, I mean, and we did it with a backup quarterback as well. So, but I don't know. I think this is their bounce back week. And I think I'm also interested. They lost a couple pieces. You know what I mean? Pieces that they couldn't lose. Like they lost some O-linemen last year that they should have either re-signed or they lost a right tackle or a right guard or something. I don't.
What they did was they tried to upgrade their offensive line though.
They what? They did
They
upgrade
signed
it.
new pieces to upgrade their offensive line.
Yeah, Lyle Collins
They
from
didn't upgrade
Cowboys.
enough. That's all I'm saying. I mean, if you're saying they're going to give 100 sacks, I'm just saying.
I mean, no, they're on pace. I'm not saying they're gonna give that,
Yeah.
but like, I think the O
You
line
don't
needs some chemistry. They need to get their chemistry together and get that because they got to pick it up. The Bengals just went to the Super Bowl.
Because they
For
lost
them to show like this, like I don't think a team has melted down like this in a season after a Super Bowl since the
Just the Eagles.
Panthers.
The Eagles.
the
The
Giants.
Eagles?
No, the Panthers really had a meltdown.
Yeah.
The Giants.
Giants always do though.
Well, not after. Hey, we got 4 Super Bowls though. I mean, I'm just saying.
That year after the Super Bowl, John.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why what I'm saying. Like, they didn't even make the playoffs. Like,
Right.
it was, you know what I mean? And that happens to underdogs. You know what I mean? They're an underdog team. They're in a hard division. You know what I mean? If we're talking, I mean, even though that's crazy. I mean, they got to compete with the Ravens. They got to compete with the Steelers. I mean, the Browns have a backup quarterback that looks pretty good. You know what I mean? Like,
Are we really saying that they have to compete with the Steelers?
I mean, they're just that tough. I think Tomlin's that tough.
I mean, they have black Air Forces. I would say, yeah.
No.
Black Air Forces go crazy.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I am nervous for the Raiders because they're an underdog team too, and they need their mojo is winning.
Plus,
I mean,
0-2 in that division.
They might come in third. They really might come in third.
Or last at this point.
I mean, you still got the Broncos in your division, so
They're 1-1 though.
I know, but
Starting 0-2 in that division is scary.
I
You
know.
know how competitive that is.
Yeah, it's a long season. It's a long season.
Yeah.
What about you, Phil? What do you think?
I'm gonna say the Raiders, just because of the divisions. I think with the Browns and Steelers and Ravens, all that division, I think they'll be able to surpass the Steelers. But I think if you fall 2 behind in the AFC West division as the Raiders, there might be no chance of you ever coming back because Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos. Yes, the Broncos are struggling, but they still have a game ahead of the Raiders who don't have any wins. So if you fall behind.
Let me say this because Justin Herbert might actually really be hurt.
He might. I've heard reports of that. Yeah.
So I would say the Chargers worry me more than any other teams that we've spoken about.
Oh, really?
Yes, because of Justin Herbert.
I guess.
Like I mean, a lot of players that has played through the injury that he has currently. It's like a chest injury or something like that.
But I mean, you watched the game last week.
Yeah.
After he got hit after that play, he had a bad play, and then he threw for like 45 yards though. You know what I mean? Like he composed himself enough.
Yeah. It all depends how healthy he is, because that team goes where Herbert goes. Yeah.
And I mean,
but
so
if he loses that scrambling aspect of his game, bro.
I get that. I also think they're gonna dial that back as the season goes along.
I mean, they're gonna have to because he's hurt.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Let's see. We also have fantasy football recap.
Cool.
Let's see. Elijah, I know you want to talk about fantasy football. Your recap, because tremendous week for you. Let's see.
I don't even want to give a recap. I'm gonna give a preview.
Oh, to next week.
As John said in ESPN, like, remember when we were giving draft grades out, and we kind of looked at Taylor's team, and we were all kind of like, when the fuck did this happen?
Yeah. We were like, were we in the same draft?
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
I gotta face that this week.
You do,
and it's a huge test.
It's a test.
Who you playing?
Taylor.
Oh,
this week, 2-0. Someone's gonna lose.
Who am I playing? Actually, hold on.
I gotta check that.
Go ahead, Elijah.
I'm just saying, like, I'm ready for it. I'm up for it, especially after this trade now. If Kamara plays, like, I feel like we're gonna have a dogfight. I need Brady to step it up though, but this could really be a dogfight.
We're playing RJ.
And
this might be premier match of the week.
We are going to give a recap. Like RJ, right now, I feel horrible for him because his team is way better than they performed against me.
Right. So just to recap, Josh beat Akeem. Akeem didn't score 100, which is very shocking coming from Akeem's team. Josh 131, Akeem 99. Let's see, who's this one? Mari 121. Chris with 69.
Yeah, Chris is who I really feel for this year. This might not be his year. He might lose.
I was in trade talks with Chris too before I pulled this trigger with Josh. I'll say that.
Elijah on the phones.
Chris is in need of a wide receiver, and he made me think about trading DK Metcalf. But
Kevin,
I'm just putting that out there, guys. Do you think I should trade DK?
No.
I'd explore options for him. To be honest.
It's a slow start, but he might take off later on. You know.
Kevin beat Travis 143 to 95. Damn.
Yeah, but that's a hard game because he had Henry, and then he also had the Buffalo defense.
Right. Elijah beat.
Shout out Kevin. That's my boy.
105. What's out to him? Elijah 137. RJ 105.
Yeah.
Taylor. Damn, this is a high scoring matchup. Taylor versus Shane. 182 to 161. Damn, he scored 161 and lost.
He got the second highest points in the league, and he lost.
Then John 148, myself 134.
That's right.
Very good matchup.
It's a
Jalen Hurts came in the clutch for him.
baby. All my teams won this week.
Disgusting.
The Bills and they won.
Yeah. As in the sleeper league, let me check real quick. Elijah also won in that league, so 2-0 week for Elijah. I don't know if you have any other leagues, but 2-0 for leagues involving us. So it is. I beat my cousin Brandon thanks to Jalen Hurts Monday night. I won by 5, 129 to 124.
Was he pissed?
Akeem beat Kobe 140 to 108. Sosa beat Andy 166 150. Elijah beat Dan 121 to 107. Chris beat Javi 183 134 without a quarterback. May I add? Without two quarterbacks.
Let me just say this real quick. His name is Javi. It's actually Javi.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Javi. Javi?
Not Javi. It's actually Javi. That's my boy too.
He won without any quarterbacks?
Yeah. I mean, Chris's quarterbacks. Let me look at the matchup. Matt Ryan, 0.80.
Oh, Jesus.
0.80. Jameis Winston is 6.
Jesus.
Super flex league. Yeah.
Did you see that quote from Levante David?
Yeah.
About his 30 picks?
Yeah. Oh, Diggs had 40. Waddle had 40. Damn. And then Ant beat Stefan 115 108. So, hey, I'm glad I got a bounce back win in that league because I did not want to go into in that league. But hey.
Which league would you say is harder, our league or their league?
Well, I think it's in both because I'm 1-1 in both.
Okay.
So.
Elijah, what about you?
I would say that the ESPN league is harder for me.
Thank you.
Ooh, I'm talking to shit now.
It feels better because, I'm in that league. I'm just putting that out there. I don't know.
No, I'm not talking shit. It's really only because, it's a super flex league.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 2 quarterbacks. Yeah.
I feel like that makes it so much easier, really.
Oh, really?
And, I made a mistake, and Akeem made the mistake. We forgot it was a super flex league, and we forgot to take QBs early.
An A+ draft? What do you mean?
Even though I had an A+ draft, I didn't take QBs early. I ended up with Trevor Lawrence and Daniel Jones. John, come on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hold on. You don't take QBs super early. Don't get me wrong, they are.
No,
you mean this other league? Oh yeah.
This
is say quarterbacks really early. I thought you meant this league because we are the fuck. We're not a super flex, but we're
no, it's a regular one. It's regular.
But it's like
standard.
a PPR. It's PPR though.
Yeah, it's a standard PPR.
But that's why I say the super flex league is easier though.
When you got 2 quarterbacks, when you have 2,
if you get that second, if you get a solid second QB, you're good. You're set. And like I said, me and Akeem made that mistake of not getting it. But at the same time, my skill players, I got AJ Brown, I have Jamar Chase, I have Travis Kelce.
Yeah. Well,
I have Kamara. Yeah. My skill players are fine. So I'm not really tripping over the league, especially because I am 2-0.
But you also wouldn't have had those. You know what I mean? You wouldn't have had those exact players if you would have taken quarterbacks super early. You know what I mean? And
True.
PPR, I mean, well, no, I mean, super flex. I guess quarterbacks do have a huge advantage, but I'd still running backs are still the high value regardless.
I mean, you're saying that I wouldn't have these players if I took a QB early, But then I would have ended up with a QB like Josh Allen, or I could have ended up with.
You might have.
Probably not. I think
I
like
wanted
first
Tua.
choice.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I wanted Tua in that league. Didn't get him.
That's where it would have been like beneficial. Like Jalen Hurts for me in our league, like even though we're all waiting on quarterbacks, like if I would have waited one more round, Phil would have gotten him. And that was the best.
You took him to pick. You took him the round I wanted to take him.
Well, I thought you were going to take him the round before when you were ahead by one, and I was like sweating, and you didn't. I was like, nice.
Sorry, I thought about it.
I was like, nice.
No, yeah, no, it's all good.
Oh.
So,
but I would say in this other league though, especially because, I'm one of my leagues that I'm in is a 3 wide receiver league.
Yeah.
Where, like something like that, it's easier in that league too because you got the wide receivers. I mean, you have the right wide receivers. You have the right receivers. You're gonna put up the points you need.
You got Braxton Berrios. You got Cole Beasley.
Yo, by the way,
Adam Thielen, Cooper Kupp at the wide receiver 3.
Phil, you gonna tell me about Cole Beasley that we told me earlier today?
Oh, he signed to the Buccaneers practice squad.
I don't care.
So, yeah.
But that means he could be brought up for next week's game when Mike Evans is out. Because you can do that up to 3 games, and then you actually have to sign him.
Right. So he can pick it up like a drop of a dime. So
yeah.
So next to close out the show, we have the pick'ems. So Elijah, once again, phenomenal week, 4-0 in the pick'ems. The only person to pick Philly out of Ball Central and IBT. So
congratulations,
Elijah. Round of applause for you. So I'm just gonna pull it up real quick. So we're gonna go over here. The pick'ems as they stand right now. I'm gonna pull them up.
I think we're up.
We're up by 1, I believe.
Hey, thanks, Elijah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Elijah came clutch. So this is our personal one right now. Let's see. I got 3 points this week. Last week, John got 3 points. Hakeem got 2, and then Elijah got a clean sweep. So Elijah's in the lead over me and John by 1, and Hakeem by 4. So, and then for the IBTE one, check real quick. The total amount of points from week 2, IBT had 11 and Ball Central had 13. So we won by 2. Nice. So as of right now, IBTE has 21 and Ball Central has 22. So shout out Team Ball Central. So we're gonna start off with the pick'ems.
Yeah, welcome.
Hey, Elijah came clutch. We needed that. We needed that Philly game. So we're gonna start off with Pittsburgh versus Cleveland. Who wants to start off? Akeem picked Pittsburgh.
You can go for me. I'm still on the fence on that one.
I didn't think on it. My bad.
Let's see.
Pittsburgh and Cleveland, right?
Yeah, they're in Cleveland, I believe.
I'm gonna go Cleveland. There's no way they lose 2 weeks in a row with that. With the style of running backs they have, I'm gonna go Cleveland. They honestly beat the Jets. If Nick Chubb would have went down, they beat the Jets. So I mean,
I'm gonna go Cleveland as well, just because what I saw from the Steelers against the Patriots, without T.J. Watt and with the offense the way it's looking, I think the Cleveland defense holds them in check, and I think they score at least enough to beat them. So I'm gonna go Cleveland as well. What you got, you?
I'm a little scared to do this because Akeem did it, but I'm going Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Hey, you first place. You got some comfort room, so. Okay, so and then our fourth game, or the fourth game we have for the competition, Green Bay versus Tampa Bay. That's what we chose. That's what me and John chose together as our fourth game versus IBTE. So who do we got between Green Bay and Pittsburgh? Tampa Bay. Sorry. I think it's at. Let me check. Green Bay versus Tampa Bay. It's at Tampa Bay.
It's at Tampa Bay?
Yes. The King chose Green Bay.
In that case, I'm going with Green Bay.
You want to go with Tampa Bay if it was in Green Bay?
Nope.
Well, I'm just saying you would have won Green Bay no matter what, right? Okay, cool.
Right.
Just saying. Cool. Phil, what about you?
I'm gonna go Tampa Bay.
Are you? All right. What did Akeem pick?
Akeem picked Green Bay.
Okay.
I just think that
I want to agree with E because he's been right. Like he was right all last week. You know what I mean?
go for it. I'll be the only one to pick Tampa Bay. That's fine.
No, I like Brady too much. I'll go Tampa Bay.
Okay, gotcha.
I do agree. I do think Aaron Rodgers can beat though. You know what I mean? I think he showed last week that he's good enough to beat an average team.
Next up, the 49ers are heading to Denver to play the Broncos. Akeem picked San Fran.
And I'm going to agree with him again.
Sam, I'm going to go San Fran. Jimmy G's first week.
Let's see. San Fran. I'm going to go Denver. I think they've been slow the last couple of weeks, but I think this is the week they showed their potential. And I think they surprise the 49ers and steal a W at home.
Oh, they're in Denver? Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Okay. And the very last one, the main event. This is the match of the week for a lot of people, including John and Akeem. Dallas versus New York. Akeem, shockingly, picks the Giants.
As you should.
I'll go last.
I'll go first. I said it earlier. I'm going to go New York Giants. Please fill that in. Thank you very much.
I got to agree with the Giants this one.
Damn, a clean sweep. Well,
I don't know. Cooper Rush had a pretty good game. I'll give him that. I will say that I think because he had a good game last week, he could potentially win on Monday night. But I really like what Brian Dable is doing.
Yeah, I mean, you see the name of the episode, you see the theme, you see the jersey John has, you see his cup. It would only be right for me to pick Giants this week as well. So I'm riding with the Giants as well.
That's right. You know what it is. Although, sorry.
If they lose, I'm blaming John, so we're good.
Yeah, everyone's gonna blame me. Sorry about that.
Yep. So hey, clean sweep for Giants. So
wait, no way. Akeem really picked the Giants?
Yeah, he did. Look at.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? I thought you were joking.
He put it in there. You see the account sheet?
Let me just squint real quick.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Gee, am I seeing the right thing? Oh my God. My heart. So nice. He's sick. That's the reason he's picking the Giants. No, he doesn't know. He's sick, so that's why.
Hey, it is what it is. Hey, I mean, yeah, those are our pickups for the 4 games. Tune in tomorrow to see what games IBTE picks. With that being said, last words before John closes us out.
I'm good.
I'm fucking 2-0, baby.
Oh, nice.
That's it.
Camaraderie. See, people hyping each other up. Good job, team. For me, feel better, Akeem. Akeem's under the weather. That's why I couldn't make it today. But we have all his picks in and his game in to play of the week. So feel better ASAP. No Rocky or Ferg. For me, check out the Ball Section YouTube. A lot of stuff going on. Some comedy stuff. Some sports. This podcast will be on there. Gaming, Madden, NBA, and when GTA comes out eventually, I don't know when, me and my homegirl Tyree will be working on a series on that too. So a lot of content coming out for the YouTube side and TikTok. So stay plugged into that. So John, close it
Sorry,
out.
last word. Did you hear GTA got hacked?
Yeah, they a lot of the footage got hacked.
So it's just like, damn. I kind of wonder. I'm wondering. And this is like what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping the hacker like planted something within the game. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine.
Like a red chair or something. You know what I mean? That's not supposed to be there. Do you know what I mean? How crazy
his signature on a wall somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. That'd be so cool. I mean, it's kind of stupid, and they would take it out if they found it. But okay. On this note, that was a Ball Central podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. I'm John, E, Phil, and Akeem. We miss you. Have a great night, everybody. Peace.